In love, it can be so hard, but maintaining the romance in relationships, bad news, can be even harder, JB.
So here to help us navigate it all, I want to welcome back relationship expert Dr. Diavon Young and marriage and family therapist Dr. Viviana Coles.
And also joining us, we have Narvin and Althea Logans, and you two have been married for 5 years now?
Yes.
That's pretty good. All right, so in this segment, we really want to talk about the different needs for men and women. You know, when it comes to romance, what are some of the things, Dr. Coles, that a woman would need?
Oh, goodness. I think first and foremost, relaxation, feeling like she's supported. But for sure, feeling relaxed is the best aphrodisiac for most women. I agree.
Feeling relaxed?
Yes.
Wait a minute, so give us an example of that. So what should Narvin be doing? Drawing a bubble bath?
Well, actually, it's a lot easier than that. It's, will you take the kids and get them to bed so I can relax? Will you make that phone call that I've been putting off so I can relax? It's much more tangible, daily, monotonous stuff. It's not always bubble baths, and that's nice, but most of the time it's just, please, help me get my car washed today.
So let's talk about the guys, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, what is it that a guy wants in romance?
It gets really simple. Men want to feel needed. They want to feel appreciated and respected. What is very important to a man is the same thing that's important to a little boy. He wants that, did you see me? You know, what do kids do? If you see children playing
Y'all are all
at a
shaking your
grocery
head.
store.
Y'all are all like, oh,
It is so true. What do they do? The minute they will be standing there minding their business, but when they see people come up, they jump on the horse that you put the cord in, and they play like they're riding, and when you walk away, they stop. Men want attention, and we want that pat on the back, and we want
the
affirmation.
pat on the back, I hear it all the time. Literally and figuratively, they feel needed. They want to feel needed.
So
Absolutely.
do guys see things more in black and white, and women see things in all sorts of shades of gray?
No, that is not true. The truth is, gender and personality type is unique to the person. So there are men that are nurturers and empathizers and that are just as altruistic, and there are women that are highly logical, that are critical and analyze and question things. So what we tend to do is come up with stereotypical views of what a man should be or a woman should be, when in fact, if you really want to screw up, do that. But if you want to succeed with people, make sure that you see them as an individual, not as part of some block of people.
Right.
Yeah, you know, that's an excellent point, because I was just going to say, I know couples where it's 2 girls or 2 guys, and it seems like these desires of being needed and wanted and appreciated and relaxed, it sort of transcends gender, right? So I want to move to our couples. Althea and Narvin, how does this all, I mean, does this ring true, what our doctors are saying here?
It does ring true. I mean, it took us, it wasn't something that we knew initially. I would say that it took us some time to understand what was comfortable for me, and it was to be comfortable, to have that communication with Narvin, and it's not via text message. It's actually verbally talking to me and, you know, and telling me what's going on.
Yes, yes. And for me, like Dr. Young said, I do like the attention, to feel needed. You know, after the gym, walking past her show and flexing just to fish for that compliment. And, you know, I think some men need that. You know I do, you know, so yeah, I agree.
I do think it is, though, black and white, that most people will feel more romantic and more receptive to sexual advances if they're not feeling stressed out. And that's across the board, every gender, every age. So, because most people just don't respond to stress very well. So if they have a partner that helps them to lower their stress levels, beginning from the first thing in the morning, by the end of the day, they're gonna feel a lot more receptive to sexual advances and romance.
Well, how are you guys keeping the romance alive?
Well, what I do, I ask her how her day is going, but instead of just asking, I pay attention. I look into her eyes. You know, really, baby? Well, what else happened? Well, and I'll give her scenarios, maybe some type of problem solving, and I'm actually into her, wanting to know how her day is, you know, and from there it would lead to a rose petal bath and everything, because I believe...
Now, wait a minute. Do you do this every night?
No, it's not every night.
It's not every night.
I'll just tell you, even our producer at our ear just went, wow.
But you know, I was selfish at the beginning, but once I start seeing the
effects.
action and everything from that, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna keep doing this. And it's not every other night, but it's, you know, every other weekend.
You're realizing that if you do this, you get the bounce chicka bow bow.
Right, exactly.
Can I jump in really quickly? Dr. Young, I want to ask you, because oftentimes, I've never been married, but I would imagine in the newlywed scenario, it's just the two of you, you're in this honeymoon phase, and it's quite easy to go to work and go home, focus on your relationship. You have fewer distractions. What happens when the reality of kids and soccer and daycare and all of this.
Can't go running around the house naked all the time.
Yeah, I mean, what are some tips that someone at home watching this could do right now, tonight, to help their relationship?
Well, there's some simple stuff. Gary Chapman wrote this book called 5 Love Languages, and I think it should be called the 5 Validation Systems, because it is very true that different things speak to us in terms of our needs. But the first thing is, if a child is present, don't let that child become the centerpiece of the relationship. They're a product of the relationship, and not saying that they don't need to play a pivotal role, but at the end of the day, if mommy and daddy don't put each other first instead of that baby, that is a problem. The second thing is, make sure that you don't just hear people, that you truly listen to them. And when you listen, do something about what you just heard. What happens far too often is that people tend to glaze over information or just hear it. And then here's the biggest piece. When you reach a point of conflict, don't try to figure it out yourself. Call somebody like me. Get some help. Many couples tend to crash and burn because they feel like we're the only ones going through this. And to be truthful, no, you're not. But the more that you know about yourself, then it's easier for you to externalize that to someone else. And when you learn about you, as well as about your partner and personality type, how you manage conflict, the love language, i.e. validation system, then you can get past a lot of these things that would typically hang you up.
But as far as something that they can do tonight, you touched on something that women really appreciate, and that's, we love to be verbal. We love the details. Most men aren't into the details. They want, give me 2 or 3 sentences about this topic. Right. And most women are like, that's why we like to talk on the phone. That's why we go out for drinks with our friends, so that we can talk and give all the details and not have somebody glaze over. And so the fact that you're asking, hey, tell me more, and you're more curious, I'm sure that just draws her to you.
Yes. and I will add that it wasn't something that we did initially, because, you know, when you go into marriage, you have those expectations, and then once you get married, those expectations aren't really what's fulfilled at that point in time. We had to be realistic. And then we had our period of turmoil, and then we did begin to see Dr. Ivan Young. And with that, we were able to understand how to place each other as a priority, because then we had a child also. And so it was trying to figure out how to balance it all.
Balance and expectations. So